When I first started in this role, I was working in a First Nations community north of Halifax. I didn't know a lot of things. I didn't understand a lot of things, especially pertaining to intergenerational trauma and how kind of that initial trauma can turn into ongoing trauma and then be passed down through generations. And what I was seeing instead were the effects of this intergenerational trauma, which as a service provider was very confusing because I had no context. And what it would look like was disinterested families or parents that didn't want the support. If a parent didn't want the support, then that was the end of the road for us. So I was looking for anything, for a course, for some reading material, some research. And a colleague of mine recommended the Brain Story certification. And as I worked through the Brain Story, I really started to gain an understanding of brain development and how early childhood trauma and adverse childhood experiences really do have a physical effect. And it really gave me a lot of insight into the parents that end up doing the bulk of the intervention with their children. And it made me understand how they might feel. And I felt that this was something that needed to be shared.
Good asking. Pink shark. Should we put mommy on?
I attended CCSA's Brain Builders Lab in 2019. I was inspired to try to spread and embed the message and the brain story and the knowledge even further.
Wow.
Our organization was just starting to develop foundational training plans, and they were looking for material that could then be shared with the rest of the province. And I thought, well, this is perfect. Before the year was over, the Brain Story certification had become mandatory for staff. The Brain Story fits so well with our philosophy. We truly aim to meet families where they're at, both literally and metaphorically. We meet them at home, we meet them at the beach, we meet them at other places in the community. What the Brain Story did is it allowed us to understand from a scientific perspective why this approach was our best chance at connecting with families, engaging with families, and eventually hopefully gaining their trust and their permission to help support their children.
Bye-bye,
Bye-bye, sharks.
See you next